Listen to your heart. Mirror, mirror, the reflection of the love. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart.
And 3, 2, 1. Also, I'm looking really young today. I don't know why. I think it's because I've got my hair in these like bunchies. Everything's scraped back, so I'm looking really very young. So weird. Hello everybody, what is up and welcome back to my trading journal. It's good to see you guys. And today's video is going to be talking about why you should invest in cryptocurrency. It's very easy for me to say because I've been doing this now for a really long time. I've been trading now for 3 years. If you've been following my whole trading journey right from the beginning, if you were one of the OGs, hi, how you doing? But for those of you who are relatively new, I've had a lot of followers come through via TikTok, so it's great to welcome a new community to our Forex arty-farty friendly investing space. But a lot of you maybe don't necessarily know why it's even a good idea to start investing with cryptocurrency in the first place. I know that you're being told to by a lot of people and places that you should, and you understand the kind of surface level stuff like what is crypto, or maybe you only know about like Bitcoin and Ethereum and that is about it. There is a whole rabbit hole that you can go down, and I know that it can be confusing, which is why I'm here to talk to you about it today. It can actually be really hard explaining to somebody what crypto is, and often you just feel like you sound like a madman trying to almost convince people that this thing is amazing, and it is. Train going by. Classic! And I know that so many of you are probably sick and tired of hearing about it, but this is why I've made this video today, to just be like, look, it's about time. Things are also really going to start taking off now, seeing as we're seeing a lot of geopolitical tension and we're seeing inflation and taxes going up. So now really is an important time to start really getting your head around it. I know that during the past 2 COVID years, you've just been hearing about it and maybe putting your fingers in your ears, pretending it doesn't exist, but now is the time to really pay attention. So let's get into it. First of all, before we do anything, make sure you follow me on all of my official platforms. You can find me and my trading team over at tradecreatives.com. You can follow us at Trade Creatives on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok at Trade Creatives. What else? Twitter at Trade Creatives. Everything just at Trade Creatives. I also have a Discord group, so if you want to become a Trade Creatives member and have a bit more one-on-one time with me and my team who trade with me every single day, then jump into the Discord and we can't wait to welcome you in our community. So for those of you who are brand new and don't necessarily know what crypto even is, then I recommend you head over to one of my previous videos where I explain what is cryptocurrency, what is the blockchain. I mean, we know that cryptocurrency is a technology that uses the blockchain, where every transaction that takes place is verifiable, and everything can be tracked and traced. But if you want to know more about the science behind it and, you know, the different infrastructures that are part of this ecosystem, then do head over to my What is Cryptocurrency video. The reason why you should be looking into cryptocurrency is because of inflation. This is the biggest reason as to why this should be on your priority list right now. Yes, have money in your savings for your mortgage and any other necessities that come out on the monthly that are super important. However, right now you should be thinking about stockpiling your cryptocurrency assets, building your cryptocurrency portfolio alongside your other financial essentials that you need to pay off or save for every single month. And I say this as a young person who's been able to make her entire investment portfolio from literally like a £200 investment right in the very beginning of my trading journey, coming up to 3 years ago in August, which is crazy. But I promise you, a lot can happen in a very short space of time. And yes, whilst day trading Forex is so much fun and it's very lucrative and it's an amazing skill that does change your life, cryptocurrency, there are so many different tools and systems and technologies that you can use in order to maximize your returns even further. And that is why I love crypto. If you have money sat in the bank right now, if you have been diligently saving your hard-earned coins, then I want you to know that that money that you have saved is losing value. That money is losing value as we speak, day after day, week after week, month after month. It's not a very nice thing to hear, and I don't think a lot of people actually believe that that's the case until they really see it happen a few years down the line and it actively affects and it impacts them. So an example that I use is buying a property, okay? So I managed to get onto the property ladder at 24 years old, and luckily I was able to save up my deposit in quite a short space of time. However, some people, it takes years to save up a deposit for a property that they've got their eye on. So let's imagine you've been diligently absolutely saving up for 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is, by the time you get to the point where you have that lump capital, let's pretend you were saving up 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 pounds. By the time you actually have that lump capital sitting in your bank, you are going to be outpriced for what the house is currently worth now in this present moment, and actually what the new deposit is for that property. Does that make sense? So let's say you were saving up £30,000. You may find that by the time you actually save up that amount, that the property is actually worth more because of inflation, and you then have to have a deposit of £45,000 to £50,000. You are then out budgeted. I don't even know if that's a word. Did I just coin a term? Maybe. I'm looking very pale. This is what I feel. I'm looking very pale. I have been on holiday, I swear. So it is literally like running on a treadmill backwards. The more that you are hoarding money and stockpiling it in a bank that doesn't have compounding interest, that's actually beating inflation, it's pretty much like running on a treadmill backwards. And this is where buying cryptocurrency is a fantastic strategy to maximize your money. But also you have to remember, the thing is that you don't just want to buy crypto. You want to put that crypto to work, which is where a lot of people get things wrong. And this is exactly what your money should be doing in the bank. Right now, you have got, a lump amount of USD or maybe GBP if you're in the UK sitting in your bank account, and you are not putting it to work. It's just sitting there stagnant. And you know what they say about stagnant water? You cannot drink it. It makes you sick. And this is the same thing with money. Money has to be flowing. It has to be constantly moving in order to keep it healthy, in order to keep it growing, in order to keep it, not stagnant. Maybe another analogy. It's like a garden. You want to be putting things into your garden that is going to nurture it, that's going to help it grow, make it abundant. You're going to be putting in fertilizer. Maybe you put in a birdhouse. Maybe you put in a little bug hotel. Doing things that's going to keep your garden active, flourishing, and growing. If you let a garden just do its own thing, it runs wild. You've got weeds, and by the end of the season, you don't even want to sit in your garden because it's a whole mess and you're just putting off looking at it. If you think your bank account looks like your grandma's back garden, then you've got a problem, my friend. Your asset portfolio should be a flourishing, nourished garden that has continuous flow and is bringing nutrients to it every single day, every single week, every single month. Okay, I think I'm going a bit far with this one, but you know what I mean. And going back to a cryptocurrency context, this is where the projects and the technology and the innovations are really exciting, because there's new stuff happening all the time. There's new stuff being created for us all the time that we can get involved with. And it really does feel like a giant game right now. Once you get to a stage with your investing where you are comfortable, you can just really enjoy the journey with everything that's going on the blockchain and just enjoy the ride. And this is where DeFi comes in. So whilst we've seen inflation is going up, the value of money is going down, the value of Bitcoin has been continually going up. So that's already been beating inflation if you have been, stockpiling that on a regular basis, buying Bitcoin every week or every month. You'll find that the value of your money has actually gone up in that context. However, what I am finding is that a lot of people aren't actually being smart with their crypto investments. And often it's when I'm hearing people talk about it, they're nervous, they're talking about crashes, they're doing a lot of fear mongering. All of that sort of language really makes you realize how much people actually are not investors and instead they are punters. Why are they nervous? Why are they focusing on the crashes? It's because they've put in an amount of money and they're having to hold. They are doing the hodl for dear life and they haven't got systems in place for themselves that allows them to pay themselves daily, weekly, monthly. This is our standard in trade creatives. Have multiple income streams using crypto, using DeFi that pay you daily, weekly, monthly, so that you can be trading your Forex and other bits and pieces, starting real life businesses in the physical world without feeling the anxiety of what the fluctuations may be doing in the market. If you've put all of your money, which by the way, we do not go deep, we go wide. So don't put all of your savings into one cryptocurrency and hope that it never goes down below that level, because the market has to breathe. We have to breathe out in order to breathe in, and the market will go down in order to go up. That's just the way things go. So if you are nervous with any of your investments, know that you've probably over leveraged yourself, that you haven't developed your investor mindset, or you've just gone and put all of your eggs in one basket. There's a reason why I laugh when Bitcoin takes a dip and everyone's freaking out about it. It's just very revealing, I think. And this is why those people who, yes, maybe have cryptocurrency still are technically broke, because they're not able to pay their rent, because they're not paying themselves. They're just holding for an indefinite amount of time and don't have a clear exit strategy either, because they're not investing in cryptocurrency. Smart. What you want to do is use a crypto protocol or project that actively uses smart contracts, because then you've allowed yourself to engage in a framework that means you can set yourself up to give yourself a wage. Maybe one day I'll talk about my whole income portfolio that actively uses DeFi spaces. But this is the thing, whilst we love hodling, you don't want to be buying cryptocurrency and holding it without also putting it to work. There are almost two sides to this story when it comes to crypto investing. Don't just buy your Ethereum, make sure you're also putting it to work. It's like the same thing as when I'm going to have a dog in the future. I'm going to have a dog and she's also going to work in the film and TV industry. But I absolutely love having these infrastructures in place for myself, because it means that I can fund all of these different areas of my life, my creative life, which is like dancing, stunts, afro hair, influencing, all this sort of stuff. I can fund so many different areas of my life, and it's also been able to help me run my businesses better. Once you have these stable incomes coming in from multiple investment spaces, and whilst we say they are stable, yes, they are reliable, but also remember this is cryptocurrency, so there's always an element of risk. But it does give yourself a lot more freedom to engage in some of the things that you want to be doing in your future. I don't know if you want to have like a restaurant, or you just want to buy another car, or you want, I don't know. There are so many different things that you can be doing. And this is why I always say planning is the most important thing, because you don't want to be taking your broke habits into your financial abundant lifestyle that you've been desiring, because you're just going to lose that money just as quickly as you got it. What I tend to see is that people engage in cryptocurrency investing that brings them a reliable income stream, but then again, they're still over leveraging it because they're bringing their broke mindset habits into the DeFi spaces, and that's just an absolute no-go. But again, that's also what is amazing. You don't have to be a particular type of person to be engaging in cryptocurrency. Again, another reason why investing in it is so incredible, because you don't have to be wealthy, you don't have to be of the elites, you don't have to be of the top 5%. You can be literally anybody. Do you know how many people in Africa I have actually helped start their crypto investing, and they are so happy. They are just so over the moon that they can get started. They can, get together $200 and start an investment journey that changes their life. Like, it's the most empowering feeling in the world. So if you are in the Western world and you are not sure about how you can start investing in crypto, trust me, there is going to be a project or protocol for you. Anyone can buy from anywhere in the world so long as you're connected to a crypto exchange. I personally love using Binance, but I'm aware that they're not used in all countries in the world. If you want to use my personal link to set up your Binance account, then feel free to check out the description section below. But there are so many different exchanges that can be used all over the world. I think what I might have to do is actually compile a list of the different exchanges so that, if you're watching me from a rogue country in South America, then at least we'll know a crypto exchange that will work for you where you are in relation to your country's government guidelines and laws and rules. I don't know. And often the scariest bit is just clicking the button the first time. But once you have a plan, and this is the thing, having a plan is the most important thing. People just buy crypto willy-nilly. They're just like, yes, I've got this amount of ETH and I got this amount of Aave and this amount of sand and blah, blah, blah. But they're not actually working towards a particular goal. So in IM Academy, which is the crypto education space that I'm also a part of, I get all of my education from there. And honestly, and this is why I say to people, I am not special. In Trade Creatives, we are not special. We are dancers, artists, freelancers who love being told what to do. IM has been the best investment I've ever done, but that's because it's paid me back over and over. But the amount that I have learned from the teachers in IM, where they actually tell us what to buy and when, how long to hold it for, how you can get involved in staking, which protocols are popping off right now, which are the safest spaces to be investing right now. It's just been the easiest thing I've ever done. There's no question as to why in Trade Creatives, or probably any IM community group, why their crypto portfolio is looking very, very abundant right now. But it's because we're being told the information before it actually executes. Like, for example, today is the 19th of April. We are currently expecting some news to be coming out about Cardano, but we know that Cardano, the price moves before the news does, because that's just how it's interlinked with its infrastructure. So we've already been making our purchases on Cardano. Does that kind of make sense? Like, we are told this information so that we can make the best choices within the crypto market, and we have our targets. Everyone who follows Kurt Cobain and Mike Soetoro should know that you are working towards having 5 ETH. Me personally, I'm kind of stockpiling my way to owning 1 whole Bitcoin, 5 ETH, and all these other ones. It's all in my spreadsheets. Again, have your spreadsheets. If you don't have spreadsheets to monitor your cryptocurrency trading, then I don't know what to tell you. You're just shooting into the wind is all I can say. Have clear goals. It's going to make your crypto investing journey a lot more fun and a lot more concise and a lot more clear for you, especially as a newbie. Get excited about the things that you're going to be investing in. These are tech projects. I know we call it currency, but ultimately these are tech projects. You've got to think of yourself really as Dragon's Den. Like, which company do you believe in? Which company do you like the CEO? Which company happens to have a Spotify podcast that you like to listen to? Which has the best Instagram? Whatever it is, invest in things and spaces that you believe in and that you really, really like, because then it means that you're going to enjoy the process regardless of what happens. And again, make sure your portfolio is spread wide and not deep. Does that make sense? I think when you understand what the power of this kind of compounding can do, you will never look at money the same way again. I promise you, none of my money is sat in my bank account. Everything is tied up. A lot of it I can't even touch because it's wrapped up in crypto assets, but that bring you consistency throughout the days, weeks, months. I say it all the time because it's amazing. So, and look at the smile on my face. It's just, it gives me that little dopamine hit talking about it because all this innovation is just so wonderful right now, and it makes money really, really exciting. This is the first time I think money's ever been so exciting. And if you are also an artist, a creative, and you've been that kind of person that's never been, into money like that, then I want you to not worry. It's actually almost been gamified. It's been creatified. It's been just completely sexed up and turned on its head. And it's become this really wondrous space where there's innovation everywhere. Yes, there are kind of dodgy things happening. There are rug pulls, there are scam artists, there's all sorts of stuff going on, but there are really fantastic spaces within this universe. And I encourage you to just take a look, get excited and get involved. I know that a lot of people don't want to wait a few years to see change financially. They don't want to wait a few years to reach abundance. But what I will say is the life that you live in 2025 is going to be a result of the choices that you make here in 2022. So it can't hurt. If you plan on being alive in the next 3 years, it can't hurt to do some research and make some good informed choices with calculated risk relative to your asset or your capital size, should I say. I'm going to wrap it up there because I'm going to go to gymnastics. So alongside my stunt training, I also do gymnastics and trampolining and all this sort of stuff. So I'm going to head off to gymnastics right now. But if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comment section down below. I always check out the comment section and always reply, but I also hang out on TikTok now a lot, answering your questions over there. Feel free to follow me. Again, it's at Trade Creatives. We hang out on Instagram too. We're just kind of everywhere, but we're here to support you because we know that the world of crypto is scary for artists and for newbies, but it's actually a lot more fun than you think. And it's totally awesome. Maybe if you're lucky, I'll tell you a few of the things that I'm in, so that can set you off on a nice start to your investment journey in a space where you know that I definitely am. But yep, that is it from me, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Listen to your heart.